Oh no, oh God, hold it. Oh God, it's cringe, it's all coming back to me, oh no. This was written in 2016. 2 years ago, I cheated on Sam. It was a horrible whirlwind of mistakes and bad choices. I blame myself for a lot of it. I was in a really bad place emotionally, and I'd lost sight of the person I wanted to be. I immediately regretted what I had done. I was so scared. I thought there was no way I could ever have a life I actually wanted. I was so far from the person I wanted to be, and I hardly even knew what that person would be like. I spent a lot of time in the next few months struggling to find what it was I really wanted for my life. I knew that I still loved Sam. I wanted to be with him more than anything. I was so afraid I had to throw that away. I knew that I wanted to be able to be proud of myself. It took me a while, but eventually I did realize that I had control over my life, who I could become. Even though I had done some horrible things, I didn't want to define my worst moments. I didn't want to be the person who was capable of hurting, the man who brought me so much happiness. I decided I would take some interest. So the past years I've been focusing on myself. Hold on, I'm sorry, this is boring. I want to find myself in the best person and acknowledge when I was afraid. Cool, school. I cannot thank my friends enough. Journey, loving me. Sam has been supportive. Don't care. I love Sam with all my heart. That's cool. On another note, happy to I'm streaming my own Twitch with nice advertisement. Okay. All right. Now we get the real 2014 story. I am not alone. I am not an object. I am not silent. It's time to tell the story of SGDQ 2014. I just want to go on record saying this trend of putting one asterisk to like block off words like rape or kill or murder is fucking cringe. I can't tell if people do it ironically or unironically. I would imagine this is a serious post, so it's probably done unironically, but holy fuck. Is Melina still streaming? Oh no. So it's probably done unironically, but oh, she just stopped like an hour ago.
Like a lot of money stream. I'm very happy with my friends. Maybe I can.
Yeah, she fucking
like
hosted
your
you.
bed smells like.
Wait, did she really?
Yeah, you even thanked it.
Oh yeah, that's right. She stopped streaming like an hour ago. Oh, before I got my food. Shut the fuck up. Okay. You're a dumb fuck. I've never felt capable. I've never felt capable of talking about what happened. Immediately after I was assaulted, I was handed the narratives of those that abused me and blamed me, was publicly humiliated, I was ridiculed, my privacy was invaded, I kept quiet in the name of protection. Finally, reading these stories from so many others in the online gaming community, I have the courage to speak out. Almost exactly 6 years ago, I attended Summer Games Done Quick 2014. I was 18, married to Sam, 19 years old, religiously indoctrinated, socially isolated from living said religion. I co-ran the Twitch channel Show Video Games, went by the nickname Tolkien on stream, and I just spent 3 weeks straight streaming 12 plus hours a day, only seeing Sam on stream. I was coping with intense self-hatred spurred by harassment from Twitch chat. Sam and I shared a room with Stivitybobo and Hyper Residence 92. Brad. One of the first nights Sam and I were there, they invited us to drink with them in our room. Sam and I literally had no previous exposure to alcohol. Sorry. I agreed to try some, as long as Sam was there, sober, to make sure I was handling it okay and staying safe. Stiv, Brad, GiantWaffle, and I had a few drinks and played Mario Kart. They were pouring my drinks for me. Sam was silent and avoided interacting or playing with us. Pretty early on, he left the room. I was already significantly intoxicated and didn't notice he was gone. I was alone and trusted these acquaintances. People who I literally never met or had small conversations with through Twitch chat would treat me with respect and keep me from harm while I tried alcohol for the first time. That was not the case. Listen up, guys, okay? HIV doesn't actually do damage to your body. All it does is it targets and it kills certain cells in your body that are responsible for your immune system. And the problem is that when HIV replicates itself so much in the bloodstream and takes over so many of these cells, what happens is that you have a ton of random things that are inside of your body that will just be like, hey, I've got an opportunity to come in and eat your shit. I'm going to fuck you up. These are called opportunistic infections. HIV, when it's destroyed enough of your immune system, right, you develop a condition from HIV called acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is AIDS. And that means that your immune system is so compromised, all these little dudes that are chilling around in your body, you start getting infections that normal humans should never get because your immune system is constantly telling these guys, hey, chill out, stay away, back the fuck up, okay? But now it's not there anymore, so these guys move in and they start fucking your shit up. People that you meet in life are those opportunistic infections. And doing drugs is the HIV that you need for these scum fucks to move in and fuck you over. Trust nobody, okay? Trust nobody. Anytime somebody has an opportunity to fuck you over, if they think that they think your shields are down for some reason, they will come in and they will fuck you up, okay? Watch, don't trust anybody, okay? If you're gonna do drugs or anything, do shit around people that you trust. That's not streamer friends, because you shouldn't trust anybody in the goddamn streaming industry, okay? That's not fucking random people that you met and were nice for one night. This is like lifelong friends or people that if they fuck you over, you know people that could kill them, okay? You need 100% to be able to trust people you're with. Don't do drugs around strangers, guys, okay? Don't do that.
Don't even trust yourself to do drugs.
Good one.
You might do too many. Got him.
Also, I don't know why the fuck Sam left the room here. That seems pretty shitty, but maybe he got... I don't know. They began taking advantage of me. I have no idea how many drinks I was given. I remember trying to keep count and losing track. Multiple people encouraged me to keep drinking. I was so drunk that I was confused, nauseous, and I only had flashes of memory. I remember feeling like I was being manipulated and didn't understand why. I remember kissing Stivitybobo, Brad, and Scott J. Progan. I felt so gross and pressured. I felt like I was literally being passed around person to person, each of them hoping to get some piece of me. I remember Waffle saying he loves drunk white girls, and a couple other guys agreeing and laughing. It felt like they were acknowledging and enjoying taking advantage of me. They headed out for more alcohol and cigarettes. I already felt so alone since Sam had walked out. These were the only people I knew. I went with them. I practically passed out in the convenience store toilet. The next thing I remember, we were back in the room and I was on the bathroom floor throwing up. Oof, sorry. This next bit is the hardest for me to talk about. I still get crippling flashbacks of this night. Next thing I knew, the lights were off. I was laying in bed, Stiv on one side of me, Waffle on the other. I vaguely remember some conversation, how I was worried about Sam being gone and missed him so much lately. Then Waffle turned the conversation sexual, saying it was hot and I was barely legal / still a teen. Ew, yikes. Asking about sexual experiences and opinions of condoms and anal. I was in and out of consciousness. I remember saying something about how lightheaded I felt. They both started touching me under my clothes. They both were pressing / rubbing up against me. They both were kissing me, touching my chest, and fingering me. They both penetrated me with their fingers. They both raped me. It is so disgusting. I could not consent. No way did I want to be violated. I wanted to lay in my husband's arms and tell him I loved him. Instead, I was left alone with nowhere to go and assaulted. It was never my fault. Their actions were inexcusable. Wait, where the fuck did Sam go? Why would you leave your wife? Or a girlfriend, or anybody, or even a friend? Is this the Waffles and GiantWaffle streamer? With like a bunch of guys where she's getting wasted and she's never drank before. That's so weird. I don't understand. He was first time drinking. He was mad she was drinking. He literally drove home the next day and left her at the convention. Damn. What a piece of shit. He's a Mormon and thought she was sinning too much. Oh, okay. So he's a piece of shit, spurred on by his religious dipshittedness. Okay, gotcha. That's good to know. I mentally retreated from that night onward, protecting myself by depersonalizing everything that was happening. Sam drove home the next day without me, without talking to me. I was so distraught. I was so confused and racked with guilt. I thought Sam must know somehow. I thought me being assaulted would ruin any chance of being with my own husband. I felt so worthless and so objectified and so resigned. That night, the same group drank again in our room. They mixed all my drinks. I have no idea how much I was given. I was even more incoherent than the night before. I remember Waffle saying he didn't want to do anything more because he didn't want to get in trouble with Sam. Not because it was wrong, not because I deserve human decency, no, because he was more afraid of what another man might do. It was the first sign to me that they did. It was the first sign to me that what they did to me was not just traumatic, it was really, truly awful. I remember lying in bed despondent, hours blowing past, just wanting to be alone and not being able to. Here's like another tip, I guess more for girls than anyone else, although I guess for guys too. If you ever feel guilty because you're telling somebody no, try to imagine yourself treating another person like somebody's treating you. I noticed that one consistent thread through a lot of these stories is people have very, 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 very little self-respect, bordering on no self-respect. Damn, dude, if somebody's making you feel uncomfortable or somebody's like pushing a boundary, like you're totally within your rights to say like, hey, this isn't chill, this isn't cool, I don't like this. Yeah. Stiv touched and assaulted me again that night. I remember waking up the next day and Stiv touching me again. I remember rolling over away from him. He kept kissing and touching me. I thought he might leave me alone if I gave him a hand job. I reached down towards his shorts. I cannot write this without shaking from the paralyzing fear I felt next. He jumped up, threw off his pants, pulled me lower, and inserted no protection. It couldn't end fast enough. I was silent. I stared at the ceiling. My world collapsed. The closest thing I ever got to an apology was, sorry it was short, it's been a while. After he finished on me, as I avoided looking at anything, I felt like a worthless husk. This is another thing I don't understand. I don't know how the fuck you fuck somebody that's like fucking... Wait, never mind. Hold on. We're getting into a weird thing. Never mind. Immediately, I felt silenced. I had learned any sex outside of marriage was adultery. I had learned it wasn't rape unless you said no or put up a fight. I was silenced. Stiv said something about how we could never tell anyone. I was gonna say, I don't know how you like go to rape somebody, how you fuck somebody who is like not like thoroughly lubricated. Like that seems like it would be very difficult for me and would be borderline painful. But technically, it's possible that somebody could like get wet without necessarily wanting to. Like you can get physiologically turned on by something even if you're not necessarily mentally turned on by something. So it's not technically a good, like it's still possible that could happen. Kind of like guys getting raped that have erections. Maybe they don't really want to, but they can't help but get an erection for it. So yeah. We can never tell anyone. I was silenced. I flew home and met back with Sam. He said he had heard from someone else at SGDQ and knew what happened. I was silenced. I flew home and met back with Sam. He said he had heard from someone else at Summer Games Done Quick and knew what happened. I was mortified and assumed everyone knew everything. I was terrified of being proven right, that I was worthless being left again. I was sobbing, physically could not tell him what had happened. He asked if I had sex. I said yes. He called me a cheater. I was silenced. 3 days later, Stiv sent Sam an apology. He wrote on a pastebin, apologizing that betraying Sam's trust was the worst thing I'd done to someone in their life. I'm disgusted by the total disregard for me being wrong. Jesus Christ. These guys really fucking gang raped this dude's wife. What the fuck? Let me just say that this is the worst thing I've ever done to someone in my life, the lowest I've ever been. I blatantly betrayed you for no... Hey, coming up again on why I don't give a fuck about apologies. Don't care. Too long, didn't read, don't care. You knew what you were doing at the time. Don't give a fuck about anything that you do after that bullshit. Don't care. No, fuck apologies, dude. Don't care. I'm disgusted by the total disregard for me being wrong. Soon after, someone posted a link to the apology in Sam on my offline Twitch chat. Stiv had posted the apology publicly and it had gone viral. I was mortified and shocked. If there were rumors something had happened before, I couldn't imagine the types of things people were thinking are chilling now. Reading my life, it was squirrel proof that what happened was real and not just some wicked nightmare. I was silenced. An entirely fabricated anonymous pastebin started floating around giving details about what I did at the event. This was so humiliating and exemplifies the kind of things that were being said constantly in our chat. I was silenced. Stiv posted a second pastebin to let you all know what exactly happened so that all speculation can stop and the issue be put to rest. He literally said, to speak for Tolkien, I was silenced. Sam and I avoided posting anything. Not only was our personal lives upended, but humiliated narratives with no common knowledge and separatism made documenting the worst week of my life, giving air to my speculation and imagining a timeline. I was mortified and disgusted. I thought I would ruin any chance. I thought the speculation was my legacy. I felt so alone. I attempted suicide twice that year. Now I know these symptoms of PTSD. Waffle answered a question about SGDQ on the same subject I mentioned, lying about his involvement and saying that it wouldn't be a good idea if either Sam or I streamed again. The whole situation, holy shit. The whole situation was really sad for everyone. Nobody likes talking about or remembering that event because of it. I've met so many amazing friends, and I went to SGDQ that I still talk about all the time. They showed me a side of Twitch I never even knew existed and welcomed me warmly. Speedrunning was, when you first saw Sam and Toki it's strange, honestly. No. You claim you were rooming with Cloak Yoshi, but one day prior to SGDQ, Sam confirmed Stiv that you were rooming with them. What's the explanation? I actually thought Sam and Toki were going to arrive on the first interview. I think it was the drinking. That's why Sam left. When the subject of drinking came up, they both commented on the idea of drinking. Though Sam said he wasn't going to drink the first night, Tolkien got quite drunk to the point of vomiting. I'm pretty sure most likely because it was her first time drinking and she had too much. Okay, you're admitting enough there that it still makes you look like really bad. Like if you've got a friend that's a lightweight or a beginner to any type of drug, it's kind of on you to guide that person, right? I wonder what it's like the first time most girls do like psychedelics or drugs in the presence of other guys. I wonder if guys use that as an opportunity to rape a girl. Like, hey, like, do you want to try mushrooms? Like, come over to my house, let's do it. And then when they're high, you're like, time to fucking bring out the rape. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, if you've got a friend who's like super lightweight on something, like, you're basically like their guide, you know? Like, Jesus. After Sam left, could you sense the adultery was going to happen? After Sam left, the room was a bit different. It was at that time that most of us left. I think some went to go check on Sam and others went to go to sleep. Holy shit. Something that was really dark. Oh, a woman friend messaged me. I have a lot of guys who offered me free drugs to hang out with them at their place /alone. It was super common. Nice. The last image of Sam and Tolkien together, it's so eerie seeing this and knowing what was about to happen. Yikes. In 2016, Sam returned to streaming. We were planning on doing a marathon for the new Pokemon games. I wasn't ready to acknowledge how traumatized I was. Oh, speaking of Pokemon games, you remember how there were always rumors for the first 2 generations for like getting secret Pokemon? Do you ever remember all the crazy shit with like the unknowns and how if you got like a certain number of unknowns or put them in a certain arrangement or whatever in your PC, you could get Celebi to appear in that like Eric's Forest or whatever? I finally looked up online yesterday if you could actually do that, and apparently there was a special GS ball that was handed out in like Japanese events where you could actually catch Celebi, but apparently it was never available in American versions. You have to get like an emulator. Fuck that bullshit. That's Gen 2. Pokemon Gold and Silver, and then Crystal is what I'm thinking of, and Crystal again. I wanted to avoid anything online, but also wanted to be free of the fear of judgment. I wanted to take more control. Sam pushed me to make a statement about how I cheated. I thought I deserved to be shamed. I was silenced. I tried streaming. I appreciated the kind welcome, but even the most benign questions were triggering and exhausting. And then we were doxxed. My family photos and our virtual tour of our home were spent online. I slowly recovering, such scared to be scattered. I withdrew again. Come a long way. Still a long ways to go. I've been in and out of therapy, managing the PTSD. I still sleep with my Lana to avoid flashbacks. Stivitybobo tries to rape me. It's not my fault. The actions were never okay. It's inexcusable. Damn. I believe her story. Stiv admitted she threw up that night. That happens at a BAC of around 0.20. So she was extremely drunk, definitely past the point of consenting. Okay. Anything sexual that happens while she was in that state was assault/rape. Okay, hold on. Let's be clear real quick. And I'm sure the person means this, but just to like be 100% clear, having sex with somebody who is drunk or whatever is not always rape. Okay, that's not true. But if you're getting somebody intoxicated for the purposes of fucking them, knowing that they probably won't say yes to you when you're sober, that's like rape or rapey or whatever. There is a distinction to be made there. In this case, it's pretty clearly the latter, not the former, that they were getting her drunk or whatever so that they could fuck around with her, or that they took advantage of her in that situation. But this is the Sam guy, the husband donating when one of the alleged rapists was streaming at the event the following year.
So we're almost done. So you can read 1 or 2 more donations if there's some more coming in.
Yeah, here's a good one. CMSVG gave us $50. Thank you, Sam. Hey guys, lost my wife this past June. She loved banjo speedruns, so here's some money for a great cause, a great game, and a great runner.
This seems like a pretty big troll donation. I doubt it's the actual guy, but maybe it is, who knows. Okay. Wait, what were we looking at? I believe her story Stiv admitted that. Oh, yeah. As for why she went back and hung out the next few days, Sam left her alone in Denver. She knew no one there besides interactions online. I could totally see how she would feel like she needed to stay around Stivitybobo, the 2 guys she knew the most, even after what they did to her. Anyways, I always had a feeling something like this happened. It makes sense with how hard everyone always trusts into the story. Stivitybobo has become so angry. There was a sub like this that kept talking about SGDQ 2014. Then Sam sent me telling me in DMs that Waffle has done shady things no one knows about. When Sam told me that, I thought he meant Waffle made some creepy comments. I have no idea it was this bad. I seriously wish this info came out sooner, but I can totally understand why Deb waited this long. I'm changing the subreddit description to sideboard to better reflect what happened at SGDQ 2014 given Deb's story. I don't think it's right to call it an affair at this point. Oh, wait. So is this actual Sam and Tolkien sub? Is this whole sub dedicated to that?
To all this drama. Yeah.
Oh, every time I always get see random links to this sub, and it's always like random drama.
But I think
shit.
it's changed to like a random drama sub now.
Wasn't it just like a Boogie is a piece of shit sub?
Oh yeah, they posted a ton about Boogie, and I think Wings of Redemption sometimes. Is it Wings of Redemption? Is that the kind of fat guy that's like crazy?
Yeah, that's the old COD YouTuber. Oh, Nick got his mic.
Do you remember Sovidia? Oh my god, I do. Sovidia was a girl that sounded like she was always gonna cry, but I think she actually genuinely was like pretty close to the edge all the time. I remember I played League with her one time, and while we were playing, I was in her chat, And there was, because every time I play with a girl, their mods always fucking hate me for, you can guess for whatever reasons. But I remember telling one of her mods that I was like, hey, oh my God, you're the one guy, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, like Saviti tells me all the time that she fucking hates you and wishes that you would like die or whatever in DMs. Like, it must be so awkward being you. And I guess she read that and she went into chat and she was like, wait, I've never said that. That's horrible. Like, and then she started crying and then we never played games again.
I think so. Okay.
Pretty
Okay,
fucked up.
chat, I think I'm gonna go offline for a bit. I might be later on today. I gotta figure out what's going on. Take care of all that stuff. I think it's probably smarter for me just to probably chill, get off stream for a bit, and do all that and come back. Okay. Alright, chat.
It would be kind of shitty, but like a funny meme would be that all these guys that get accused of like sexual assault or whatever, before they end their like final streams or before they go off and handle shit, they should be like, I got this new book by what was it, David Icke? Or what was the guy's name?
Oh, the doctor, the doc name.
And then just like, and end your stream.
God damn it.
Today I begin a new adventure after 5 years, and with much love, I'm partnering with Nerd Fusion to pursue my own path. Damn, Nerd Fusion lucked the fuck out.
Shut the fuck up, Mutin, alright? It's a stupid fucking meme.
This was a month ago, yeah.
You ready?
Are you ready? I'm not replying to Spill Dirt on Waffle. What he does speaks for itself. He will always use whatever to cover himself and keep his perfect reputation. I'm sorry that I ever stood up for him. He was manipulative to the point he'd make everyone believe anything. And if anyone ever tries to call him out on his lies, he will ban them. In my case, he told my stream about the cheating, and he proceeded to lie to get me kicked out of my studio that I paid $450 a month for. If I said anything else about what he had done, he would ruin me because he's bigger than me. So I was forced to do a stream, throwing myself under the bus for a few. Holy shit. Wait, I would have trust this if anyone else but you posted it? Did he mean I wouldn't have or I would have? Do people hate Saviti or something?
I would have.
I can read what he said.
Well, I know. I'm saying that.
But he's making it sound like he doesn't trust her at all.
Correct.
Didn't he yoink Geronimo's GF? This video was Geronimo's, not GF, fiance. He'd bought her. Oh fuck! I knew this drama because I was more involved with the League community, and I knew a lot of these people back in the day. Didn't? Oh no! Oh god! Hold on! Oh god! It's cringe! It's cringe! It's all coming back to me! It's all coming back to me! Oh no! Didn't they? Weren't they engaged? And then wasn't Sovidia at an event with Waffles, like hugging him or something? And
Oh yeah, and then she left her fiance for Waffles.
Well, yeah,
right?
but before that, they were like hugging, and she was like, "Oh, I'm just going to see him," and it's like just friends or whatever. And they were like tweets of them like hugging each other and like play kissing, which she was like, "Oh, it's just play kissing or whatever." And then it came out like a month later when she was like, "Ah, yeah, we broke up, by the way." Oh no. That's what everybody says Melina's going to do to me. Melina. Melina, if you dump me for gross score, I sort of fucking got. No, I'm just kidding. But only I'm kidding. I remember that Geronimo stream with Afro. Yeah, does anybody have like the Sovidia Waffle? There was like the tweet. Oh God, what was it? I think. Was this when Sovidia and Geronimo were still together? I think. Didn't all the text get aired / leaked out by Geronimo on stream, and she tried playing it off? Yeah, because I think Geronimo, because originally she was saying that her and Geronimo like mutually parted ways, and then didn't Geronimo be like, nope, this motherfucker actually went to this event, hooked up with Waffles, and then dumped me for Waffles. Editor should have gotten a contract. It sounds like you should have gotten something in writing. It sounds like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's an interesting take there, my fellow communists.